Hey bitches, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss James Charles apologizing and addressing his fans over a comment that he made in his latest video where his crush did his makeup. If you have not already seen my previous video involving Trisha Paytas, I am going to place a card in the upper right hand corner as well as a link down in the description. If this is your first time on my channel, hello, welcome, how the fuck are you doing? If you could please hit the subscribe button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are someone who has been here for a day, a week, a month, or a year, welcome the fuck back. If you could please make sure you have all of your notifications set to on by clicking the bell icon somewhere on the screen. Please know that everything I speak on in my videos is my own personal opinion, and opinions are not facts, and please do not send hate to anyone or any brand that I speak on in my videos because that is not what these are meant for. They are just meant for us to throw a little shade, spill a little tea, and have a messy ass time here on the internet. The other day, James Charles uploaded a video called My Crush Does My Makeup, and in it they got into a very in-depth conversation about James's sexuality and if he is 100% gay. During that conversation, James Charles brought up the Kinsey scale where it goes from a 0 to 6, 6 meaning you're totally gay, and he said that he's about a 5.5 because in the past he has been attracted to trans men as well as girls. Here is a clip from that conversation.
You ever hooked up with a girl?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like made out, but like.
Was this before that you realized that you're gay?
Before and after.
Oh, so you went back for fun?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever hooked up with a guy before?
No.
You should try it sometime.
No, I can't.
Then I said, I'm just bad at only flirting with straight guys who are interested, and he said, no, you're doing great.
So, after all this, I didn't know much about you at this point. I was
Yeah.
just joking around and stuff. But you told me that you have turned out straight guys. Elaborate on that, because you are a famous celebrity. And you do live
Thanks, Jeff.
in Hollywood.
Yes.
Where there is a lot of guys that will be clout chasers is the new term
Yeah.
that we're using. So you think it was somebody that was maybe looking for something in return from you?
Do you want
is
my
a
honest
possibility?
answer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk about it. In science, in regards to like LGBTQ people, there's what's called the Kinsey scale. So the Kinsey scale is from like 0 to 6, 0 being like completely straight,
Yeah.
and 6 being like completely gay.
Okay.
And I truly believe that the amount of people that are a flat out 0 or a flat out 6 is like very, very small. I think that most people are very close to the ends, but there's a huge percentage in the middle too. If I had to put myself on it, I would put myself at like a 5.5.
So you're not even full gay.
I mean, no, there have been girls in the past that I've like thought were really, really beautiful. There's also been like trans guys in the past too that I was like really, really into for a moment in time. Especially living in LA where everybody's like a lot more open-minded. I think that honestly, like majority of guys are like wanting to experiment.
Immediately after that video went up, a lot of people started to give James backlash because they did not agree with the comment that he made about trans men. James then posted an apology over on his Twitter that goes as follows. In an attempt to explain the very complex concept of sexuality and mine, in my video today, I unintentionally implied that my trans brothers and sisters aren't valid. This is not what I was trying to say. You are valid in your identity. I apologize and should have chosen my words wiser. A lot of people were not happy with the apology that James Charles put over on his Twitter, so he took it upon himself to get on his Instagram and explain the whole situation and apologize, and here is that clip.
Hi guys, James Charles here. I wanted to make an Instagram story today addressing something head on that I've been getting a lot of questions and comments about recently, and that is my second to last video, which is doing my crush's makeup. Now, in this story, I hope to address the issue and not run away from it, provide a little bit more context into what I was trying to say, so hopefully we can all learn together, but most importantly, issue a direct apology to my trans brothers and sisters that may have been affected and hurt by what I said. In my video with my friend, I was asked a question about guys that I've hooked up with in the past, and the answer led us into a very long conversation about the fluidity of sexuality. Now, sexuality is obviously a very, very complex, vast, and complicated subject, and at times it can be very, very confusing for people as well. It's something that we as a community and myself personally are learning more and more about every single day, but it is simply a subject that should not be compressed or summarized into a 10-minute video clip. But I really wanted to answer my friend's question, who is outside of the LGBTQ plus community, and attempt to educate him on a subject that he was actually curious about. But through doing that, unfortunately, I misspoke and hurt a lot of people along the way, and that's what I would like to address. In the video, I'm a visual learner, and I wanted to try to give some context to sexual fluidity with the Kinsey scale, which if you don't know is a scale from 0 to 6, gay to straight, and the theory is that everyone lies somewhere on the scale. Now, of course, I can only speak for myself personally, and I put myself at a 5.5, saying that I have thought some women were beautiful in the past, and also because I have been with a trans man. Now, it doesn't even matter what I was trying to say here, because regardless of whatever my intentions were, that came across as me saying I was not fully gay because I have been with a trans man. And that is absolutely, first of all, not true. Like, that doesn't make me not fully gay. But that stereotype and implication is really, really dangerous, and I am very, very sorry. If you are a trans man, you are a man. If you are a trans girl, you are a woman. Like, that's literally just how it is. You are valid in your identity, and I know that me spewing that at the camera doesn't fix anything, but hopefully it does show that I did not do this with malicious intent. The whole point of my channel is to make people feel comfortable and make people okay with expressing themselves, and that includes feeling valid in your identity no matter what you are. And I can only imagine how awful it feels to be invalidated by people outside of the community, let alone me, somebody within the LGBTQ plus community that has a large platform, and I'm really, really embarrassed by it. I feel absolutely awful, and I just want my trans brothers and sisters to know that I am sorry. I love all of you so, so, so much, and this has been a really cool learning experience for me to be educated on this topic and to learn a whole lot more than what I did before, and I promise that I will be choosing my words a whole lot wiser. What I was trying to talk about was genital preference. And this is a touchy subject, but genitals do play an important role in a lot of sexual relationships. Now, for me, I have been with one trans guy in the past, and he was very, very open with me about not having bottom surgery. And as a gay man, I do have a penis, and I have always been into that as well. But with this particular guy, he embodied everything that a man was. He was a man, and I very, very into him, and whatever he had down below did not affect that. And at first that was a little bit confusing to me, but I was open to the idea, and I really, really liked him. And that was what I was trying to get at by talking about the fluidity of sexuality, is that sometimes in life you can find somebody that you really, really, truly do love, and love can sometimes trump on top other things such as appearance, weight, or genitals, or sexual identity. And that was the point of the overall conversation, but unfortunately I majorly missed the mark and it got derailed a lot. And that is why I'm making this video today, to apologize, to provide a little bit more further context, and hopefully be able to provide a little bit more information for anybody who may have thought the same thing that I did. This was an honest mistake, but it doesn't matter because the damage has already been done, and I hope to move forward and use my platform for only good in the future. I'm sorry again, and hopefully this answered a lot of questions that I was getting about the subject. Thank you for listening.
James also uploaded an image to the end of that Instagram story with a message that goes as follows. I know a lot of people are always telling me to stop addressing drama, but I'm not talking about this to get out of a scandal. I think this is an important learning opportunity for everyone, and I needed to face the members of my community that I hurt. Thank you. James also posted to his Twitter, I disappointed my own community. Let's talk about it. Head over to my Instagram story for answers. Someone responded to him and said the following. Speaking for myself here, but I did watch your Instagram story, and when that video first came out, I fully understood what you were saying. I love you, James, and I understand your amazing heart, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us do. Wording things is hard, but I'm sure most of us got the intent. You know, when I watched the video of James Charles and his crush doing his makeup and he made that comment about trans men, the only reason I side-eyed it was because I knew people were going to take it and try to drag him across the internet. I feel like so many people on the internet are just looking for these influencers to fuck up and are just nitpicking every little single thing they do. I mean, hell, that's why a lot of us have fucking channels, because this is what people want to hear about. But there are certain things, like if you just use common sense, you can kind of tell like what the person is referring to or what the person is even talking about to begin with. I did not think that James was trying to diminish anyone in their sexuality, their gender, or anything when he made that comment about being attracted to trans men. Another person responded to James and said the following. Your apology made me really happy. I know it wasn't directed at me, but it makes me happy that you didn't wait for people to forget, but owned up to your mistakes and apologized sincerely. Another person responded to James and said the following. You didn't disappoint anyone, James. You just mischose your words. Don't let it get to you. You know the real you, your intentions, and your fight. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. Another person responded with the following. As a trans guy, your choice of words was quite off, but what you meant is totally fine. It's not transphobic for having genital preference. Just be careful with how you say it, love. How do you feel about James Charles and his apology that he issued over on his Instagram story? Do you think this is a situation that people blew way out of proportion and that it really wasn't as deep as it is? Or do you think that James Charles did need to issue an apology? Please let me know all of your thoughts and opinions down below. And with that said, that is it for this video, everyone. I hope that you did enjoy it. Please follow all of my social media that is linked down in the description. And I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.